How can this still be here? If anybody was in. That is an old car hood. Speaking of bits and pieces. Today we're going through one of the more interesting underground relocations. And do remember, there's over 1,000 of them. As the Germans moved production of important war materials underground, as these were determined and identified, the Allies had, from 1943, begun to bomb German infrastructure, with various successes initially. It is hard to precision bomb industry, and it would continue to be so. However, the writing was on the wall. Now, of course, ball bearing production was on the list of what was important to the war effort. The Americans had identified this as such. However, the British Bomber Command under Arthur Harris did not agree. We have before visited the large Fischer Kugel factory underground relocation, which constructed in tunnels in Thüringen. And after the Schweinfurt raid, more of these were built. So we're going to Saarland, in a part now officially part of France, however then Germany. And here is another tunnel system, not far from another one. However, this one was supposedly constructing ball bearings. However, I have questions, and actually quite a few of them. First, let me tell you everything we know about the place. The workspace seemed to be at least 4,000 square meters. It was located in an old lime pit. And that is it. Nothing more. Nothing. Nothing about the construction, the OT numbers, dates, labor numbers, production. Simply, there is nothing more. As for the ball bearings, I told you the Germans had stocked up big time on ball bearings, so bombing them was not really going to matter that much, as Harris had understood. So, if they had such a vast store of ball bearings already, and constructed several undergrounds to produce more, why yet another underground relocation for this? I did hear rumors of this place that tank part production was also set to commence here. But, as there is no more information, all we can do is go through the place, take a look. So, buckle up, here we go. Now it's a little house. It looks like a little hut that's built next to a chimney. They look like they put a train cart next to a chimney, doesn't it? It looks like a train car.
Yeah, it is.
But there's brick there, so they put it. So they stuck a train car here, and then they built the chimney. That was the office. Well, depending where the rubble came from. See, white bathroom tile. And we're going up this way, up the mountain, as usual. It's getting better and better. I'm seeing lots of infrastructure, and something that used to be a road, and apparently a mouse. Oh, is it a little pillbox, or?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Okay, it has not been raining today, so I wonder how many tunnel entrances there are. I know very little about this, except this is cement infrastructure. Well, okay, and there's a house, hut up there. This is not exactly natural. We're off a road, leading into a hillside. Seeing cement rubble. Everybody knows what that means. Unterverlagerung. A little stone path is cut here. Looks like stone. Huh. Like for the only way up to the relocation would be through this is what it looks like today. There has to be, or had been, a larger road or path. And oddly enough, Google Maps, which is so very, very often wrong, believes we could have driven up here. So maybe the old World War II intelligence moved into Google AI. What a wonder is this? That doesn't look that old, that building. But that thing does. I was thinking about a little bridge overhang, material transportation. That's certainly different. I'm almost starting to wonder, are we still looking for tunnels? They built tank engines here during the war. And we're next to, well, a rocky hill, so there must be. But this is a structure you don't see very often anymore. Well, there's a tunnel entrance, so I think we have an explanation. This is really cool. It almost resembles some of the forest factories. Would have been camouflaged. And then there's a tunnel entrance. You don't see any of these standing anymore. That's really impressive. But then again, like I said, they built tanks, so you would think if they can do that, they could figure out how to build a metal structure that'll still stand. Speaking of structures still standing, well, let's see what's left. So you have factory floor, and I'm just wondering if there's another tunnel entrance at the other end. It's not really a whole lot. It could just be the warehouse building. But seeing this gives me so many ideas of what could be hiding or could have been. Also, I don't know, I'm looking at this and my first thought is the storage building outside the henge. Temporary metal frame storage building, steel girders. It's been here since the war. That's actually really impressive. I have to say, very impressive this is here. A little bit of the stone from the walls. See how they padded the stones in to the supports for the walls. I'm just impressed it's still here, honestly. Okay, so what we got? We have rock overhead supported by cement. I imagine that's not the original doors, but oh, there's another tunnel entrance over there. This looks like a slab for. What do you got? She's in there, she sees everything. Oh, there's a lot of bits and pieces here. Is that cement? No, that will be in bags. For ventilation pipes. Look at how, this almost, look at the way they built this. It almost looks like it's just sort of stacked on top of one another.
It looks like house for a bear, and I'm scared that we will need some. What is the rule for that meeting there?
Little cement. Original door.
Look. Can I take it home?
Yes, ma'am. You may have the frying pan. Skeleton. That's wondering what this is. Looks very, very. I don't know. This really looks like this is just balancing on top of the rocks. And I would say, don't push that bar that's leaning. I don't even think this is attached. I don't have to touch it. Yeah, it's just lying there. So everything just came down.
Can you not touch it? There is.
What did I tell you to not do? And why did I just do that thing that I told you not to do?
Yeah, touch things that are looking suspicious.
Well, okay, good. So we don't mention that again.
We also
Don't-
have to wear helmets.
Don't mention the war.
And the helmet we both have in the car.
Well, you have your helmet in the car.
Yeah, you too.
No, it's the same helmet on.
No, it's the plastic one.
Yeah, that's the same
I
helmet.
have my War 2 helmet.
Well, why are you not wearing it then? She just came of a D-Day for a week of doing U.S. Nurse Corps. Okay. This is.
There is that house for ventilation.
You are pretty correct on that. You learn so quick when they're young. Yeah, ventilation. So that means outside there would have been a larger ventilator. And that's why someone in here should be wearing a helmet, but oh well. Okay, ventilation tunnel, cemented up, pipes running this way. Good times. And this was officially the post-war trash room. Is that collapsed tunnel or?
No, it's still way in there, and there is like, but I can hear the stones cracking sometimes, and there is a lot of stuff under it.
Well, it doesn't look like this came down from the ceiling, but it's hard to tell. But if we go through,
There is the original door, even with the handle still attached to it. It may be belonging to office, look at it.
oh yeah, that is the original door. Does that end right there or continue?
Oh no, it's a dead end. No,
I-
actually, wait a
The
moment.
tunnel next to us, I think we can get through the door.
Okay, wait, but there's maybe way. But I see daylight.
You see daylight.
I don't know anymore. Maybe not. You should listen to me carefully.
I mean, if this had been a collapse,
No, it's that end.
yeah, but
there
if
is cool metal.
yeah, like I say, if this had been a collapse, then the metal wouldn't be lying on top of it or the door. So, oh, that's another piece of the. Looks like ventilation. Could it be a ventilation filter of a different type?
I don't know. There's
This-
something white inside.
Yeah, it looks like the drum that's sitting out here.
Yeah.
But that looks like a covered up entrance, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like stones that are bricked up at the end?
No, it's just that.
Yeah, it's a dead end, but it doesn't look like it's a bricked up dead end.
Oh, it looks like stone that like stuffed on each other.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
So maybe we should take the other way because here I don't feel that comfortable.
Well, I don't want to be the one to. What's that? Wood. I'm not going to be the one to call you mom. Tell you that you're sitting in an Unterverlagerung. So we are in an Unterverlagerung. Yeah, sure.
Oh, did you see this? It's like there's still the metal around. No, come on, don't.
Nails.
don't.
There's actually a lot of bits and pieces lying down under here. Speaking of bits and pieces. This might be more interesting than. Okay, these are always really interesting, so.
No one was here that much. Right?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if these two full of this, if this could have been a part of ventilation. It's not the traditional bunker ventilation, but By the way,
I just hit my head.
well, it's okay. I mean, you know, it's the bar we established that was moving coming in here. I did, I believe. I did. I said, don't move this thing. And then I moved it and said, don't do this.
Oh, look. This looks like cabinet door. Like through. Oh, it looks like stone. Look how beautiful it is. It's painted with flowers.
Well,
I want it.
now, if you guys have never explored with a woman before, you will find a different perspective of exploration, because she will see things that we don't. We're looking for anything that looks like a barrel. She'll find bones and uniform parts and painted stoves.
Come here, please. It's important.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I was going to say you can have it, but
Look, it's so pretty. Do you see it?
yeah. That's all ceramic, isn't it? Ceramic?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it is. It's painted.
This is old.
Yeah, it is. It's not like flat paper.
Not at all. I mean, even if somebody brought it in here at some point after the war, it's certainly from that period. Okay. This is a very interesting stacking.
There's something, but it's modern, don't worry. I just think maybe it's a lot better.
It's probably modern, but there's.
No, I'm just... Oh, no, it's just...
I'm just curious. What I see over here is crawling type of thing. Oh, Munchkin, come take a look at this.
Oh no, it's my time of work. Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe. Oops, well, yeah. There's a place to step. Alright, let's do that at the end. Because I don't think you can make that step. So let's see if there's another way in from the other side before we get creative. Yes, it's too deep, you can't make it. But okay, so let's go inside. Because I'm thinking if we turn around here, we may run into that collapse from the other side without having to be excessively creative. This is pretty large.
This is interesting. It's cement? What is it? It had a shape too.
It had a shape.
Oh look, and it's part of the glass.
But this is cement.
And this is looking like a vintage. Because it's thick.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, maybe it was beer bottle that would be cool.
Okay, so we have two tunnels, and there is an old wheel. So now we know this is World War II. Those of you who know, you already know what I'm referring to.
I don't know.
That's because you haven't watched the last 550 episodes, and if you had, you would know.
Can you summarize it for me?
I'll give you the cliff notes. So this is the parallel tunnel. So we got two tunnels so far. I saw a technical up there for
This is old, like the metal sign, no?
since we were in Vienna and this young lady kept finding bones in an old World War II underground field hospital under Vienna. She's getting a lot of credit for what she discovers.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. You will earn.
You're not changing your mind after.
I see. I mean, I see everything through a camera. So if there's anything, I won't discover it until I get home, start editing. So you can just look for stuff. And speaking of stuff and stuff, okay.
This is looking like very old in the bottle.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, there's some screwdrivers.
I'm conflicted. We have 3 different options. This one just looks really cool. But I think we should start with.
Oh wow, wait a minute. I'm glad I didn't stay in the car and slept.
Oh, this might be good, really good.
There is many like stuff like this.
Okay, I'm saying because I don't know, I'm a little bit like a kid when I had dessert. I'm saving the best part for last. That looks like the best part. So
Saying that it doesn't last. You need to be.
I mean, am I the only one that's completely off here? You do that too. Like you have it. You do it with carrots.
Oh, what is this? It's washing something, or is it just like that? But
I don't know what that is.
but there's like hole for some part.
See, this is the thing. If we had crawled in, we would have gotten in down there.
Yeah.
Look at this. Holy shit. Look at this. Holy shit. Yeah, there's water running down there.
If we find some part of tank, can we take it?
Absolutely. You haul anything to the car you want, I'll strap it to the hood, no problem. I'm just going to take a look at this direction to see if my hunch is not correct, that this is not where. This is huge, and this is hugely built up. Because I just want to make sure that this is where we would crawl through if we had crawled through. Yeah, this is the other side of that collapse. This is massively interesting. Lots of barbed wire. I'm going to take Pop down here for a minute. Maybe. Wow. I mean, I know I should look at all the built up cement stuff, but I kind of want to know. So you over there? Do you see my light? Do you see my light? She doesn't see my light, she doesn't hear me. That's bad. Hell is this place? This is absolutely enormous. That's crazy. So collapse. Obviously, some of this was blown up, because it always is, because that was the deal I made. So, but we have all these pieces that have been sealed up and then unsealed. So there's plenty of stuff to dig into. That's collapse and collapse.
It's really cool back in there.
We're definitely going in there. I just wanted to see if there's anything. I think the built up parts would be the most interesting. Yeah, I was down there looking this way at this barbed wire. One story is that there's a tunnel linking this tunnel system to the other relocation about 1 kilometer from here. So when we come back, Tom, it'll be really interesting to follow this particular thread and see if we can get through. I mean, this looks like where that ends. That's. Chances are they were still excavating some parts while they were working in others. That's usually how this went.
Oh, there don't know if I would risk it. It's like, well, you should have been galaxies.
Let's see if we can get in that way from the other way, through the build-up sections, because this is apparently a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I thought it wasn't going to be. I don't honestly know what I thought. They're going to build tanks in here. What the hell did I think? It's going to be like a tiny tunnel? Alright.
Should I go before you or behind?
No, let me go first.
I will not get commented to. This is like, look, this is so cool.
This is part of the
Tank?
ventilation system. Well, okay. I could be wrong. A tank. You could have a good holder for a tank, but
I don't know. I'm just guessing. There's a paper.
these are maps for generated. I would think
Yeah,
that.
this is an old newspaper.
Any chance there's a year on that?
Because there is like the pictures are like drawn with the ink.
Really?
Yeah.
So that could be to the period. Yeah. So if these were probably a compressor stand for the ventilation, that would lead a pipe into his little doorway into here or down through here. Gonna see if this here ends right here, as I'm afraid it might. Well, so doors. So we're going through here. I know that's a this.
Look at the seat.
Yeah.
This is.
That's really interesting, that is.
Oh, it's two seats.
Yeah. So,
I wish we would have a scanner for the water. It would be something cool.
we going in here. So, this is not from World War II.
Oh wow.
We could also walk through the door, by the way.
Oh, it's the part of the car.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god, this is like really good.
so this will be the factory floor. This cement floor. This could be ventilation. Out, the pipe could have run through that outer technical tunnel, which I suspect that is. And here's another one of these. The damnedest thing. I know what this is. I've seen them many times before, and I think it is part of the ventilation system.
Look, this is the door to this.
I think that was a parallel technical tunnel. I'm just sort of tossing that out there.
Oh my god.
Okay. I love how there's an arrow pointing down to a bottom floor. That's troubling. Holy crap, look at that indoor next doors. This is massive. And I'm fully well aware that there are wrecks of cars and vehicles over there. Oh, Pumpkin. We'll be here for a while. Holy crap on a stick, this is big. This is not a little place. This is where, I'm guessing where the technical ran out back here. Oh, look at all this. This, I think, was a parallel technical tunnel. This is not just a little place.
What is this split?
I do not know. Right? I think out there, either they were digging a new tunnel, which is why they have a thin wall here to not have dust and all the stuff in here where they were building the tanks, and or they kept technical out there, and that's the chassis of a truck. Unfortunately, it's not a chassis of a nice Panzer IV or something, but holy crap on a stick. I also noticed that the floor is sloping for some strange reason. Well, it has white rims, which is all I can see.
I don't think it has a white rim, it's just like the clock.
I think it's newer, but I mean, look at the rims. They must have been white. They're not green. Is what I'm kind of going for. These two, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But somebody who's watching this out in the chat right now will tell me what this is. A truck bed for. Wait a minute. This is the hanger, and this is green. The pulley arm is green. Jesus Christ.
I think there's a railway there. Oh.
Holy crap. I think we can go around through the door here and go in there. I think there's a door right there. Go around. Or we can go, I mean, this is enormous. And then divided up in sections, which could, somebody have also been doing a little bit of tinkering with vehicles and work and stuff here and after the war, that's fine. But you still smell motor oil with these. Whoa, this is World War II. This is one of the original World War II drums. Holy crap. Holy crap. How can this still be here? With the heavy rollers. I can't see what's... Please say something. Damn it. How does that... Oh, that smells of gasoline though, doesn't it? That does smell of gasoline. That's not just me, is it? Here's more. And a big cooker. But this is newer. This looks like a big kitchen cooking vat.
Was there a fire? Look at how everything smells.
Oh, in places like this, there's always some idiot setting a car tire on fire. So, yes. Alright, I guess this is holy shit. This doesn't end. Holy hell. There's a certain Austrian young man who kind of forgot to tell me how big this place was. Yes. So they left the pillars intact, basically to hold the cave up. Instead of building supports and pillars, they just left all these in place. Wow. Well, there would have been an in and out. It looks like I see water there. I think we've also been sort of down. We've gone down elevation a bit. It's been sort of sloping downwards. What the hell is all this? Okay, this is a bit. Doesn't matter. We're not in a place we're not allowed to be.
What do we do if you don't be dog?
Then I deal with the dog. You're fine, you're fine. This is the ventilation that came down off here. But I keep thinking this is technical. Oh yeah, but that was a door?
Yeah, I think it was door.
There's a door. I'm totally surprised if this is not a place teenagers come visit. This is freaking cool.
Maybe because there is big badass door.
Yeah, it's flooded from here. It's flooded in there as well. Yeah. This is the lowest part. This is also unfinished. So we go around and go in here. All relocation tunnels I have ever been to, the floors or tunnel floors were leveled at 1 degree sloping outwards so mountain runoff water would drain. However, here it is sloping in the other direction into the mountain. And at a pretty radical slope too, at least 5% or more. Again, this is worth coming back to explore the deeper parts. You know, people in their right mind wouldn't bring a dog in here, but that, well, doesn't necessarily mean that anybody wouldn't. I think if anybody was in, that is an old car hood. Isn't that the hood of an old, or the side?
It is old car.
Holy shit.
I think it's from.
Is this where you, is this, oh, it looks actually looks like it's camouflaged. It looks, look with the green and the greens and the brown. Wow. Why didn't we bring, didn't know we would need boots down here. This is going to be worth a couple of trips. This too. Somebody had lights up here. And somebody's been working on cars and stuff in here over the years. I mean, look at how big this is afterwards. I'm pretty sure that some locals in the decades have been having a car shop in here, which is not unusual at all. But certainly not recently. That's a newer handle. Could you dig through this bag, this one here, and see if you can find a battery that looks like the long battery that goes here? I'm feeling that my light may die on me. Holy shit. This is enormous. lots and lots of bits and pieces. Now, this is, holy crap, it goes deep in the mountain. But this is probably a more unfinished part. Because the floor here doesn't appear to be finished. And I'm saying that because there's another room separator. This is enormous. But the majority of production would have taken place up here because this is still, we're still walking on a bit of mud. So maybe they didn't start production in here just yet. But I don't know where to go. This is incredible how large this is. But to give you an idea of just exactly what the Germans could do when ever so motivated towards the end of the war still. Alright, so what do we got there? Another entrance. This is not cemented flooring. Okay, it could be. It just could be just muddied for the years. All right, let's go over here. Wolf? Here? Oh. A little walking on a pipe. That's interesting. Holy shit, this is long. It's amazing how deep this goes. And it's laid out in a fairly straightforward square with support beams. So, okay, I'm curious. Here's a pipe. They're building tanks. What do they need? They don't need that much fuel. Well, they would need fuel. Ceramics. Now, there is also a slightly alternate suggestion that this pipe could have been run through here after the war for some other reason. You know, they had to run fuel or sewage from one part of town to the other, and here's a perfectly fine U-relocation to stick it into. That is also possible. That is a thing that could happen. But it's hard to see this. I'm just curious because, hey, there's a pipe leading into the mountain. Who wouldn't follow it in their right mind? This is enormous. This is absolutely amazing. Now, if memory serves, and usually my memory doesn't serve, but sometimes memory serves, there could have been a mine here before, and that's why they used these specifically to move the tank production into, because there was already tunnels in place. That is also a possibility, which means the tank factory would be in there to our right and not in here in the mountain. But I'm still curious. Now we know where the water's coming from. It's all mountain runoff that is running all through this little canal here and out somewhere. Sanitaire. Had a plumber in here. That's actually good. I think we should go back and look at the main factory. Yes, please. Come, you'll be fine. This may not be the bestest place to go, but all right. So the water is coming from the pipes? That's interesting. Okay. So this way, I think. This is enormous. Actually, at some point in time, somebody drove in here, I think. Doesn't it look like tire tracks? How in the hell did anybody get a truck in here?
Maybe.
That means there's a bigger entrance. I'm very intrigued. I think we have to go. Well, this has been bricked up, which means it is a thing. Sorry, I'm a little sporadic with the camera here, guys, but I'm not entirely sure where I'm going. Into the mud, of course. Oh, honey, you're fine. So, we need to go back to the cement.
This is bad. It is bad.
That is a bed.
I like it. It's nice bed.
Yep.
It's female bed.
Well, that's the arrow. That's nice. Look at this. We're not going this way, but look at that. Yeah, we need to get back to the cement, but where's that cement up there? We may have to look at this.
It's blue.
It looks like a new radiator, but I mean, certainly somebody have been chopping cars in here. And this is the rest of something. I mean, it's been here long enough to rust into nothing, into unexistence. As a very small engine block too.
There's something behind the wall. That looks like old car.
This was a truck, certainly. Those are regular springs, not leaf springs. And then that, oh wow.
It
That-
is old.
That looks old.
It is. Look at the front. That's so beautiful.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Do you see how everything used to be the same blue?
I mean, yeah. Even if this is early post-war,
What do you say?
I don't know what this is.
There is
actually.
like car plate. You can There is a car plate.
There's a blade.
Yeah, it's in there. Not this way.
It could be early post-war, but it's been here for quite a while.
It might also be wood.
It could also, I mean, yeah, but you also have to remember that during the war, every civilian vehicle and everything was confiscated by, well, in this case, this was Germany, by the Wehrmacht, or for use. They would then be issued the equivalent to an IOU. I suppose it's a little bit what's happening in Ukraine today. If people, they give their car to the military for use, they get it back when the war's over. War compensation only showed up once. EFF. So this is post-war. At least the F is. That's a post-war sticker. I'm pretty sure that didn't exist before World War II.
Yeah. Maybe somebody was stealing cars and I didn't believe it.
That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Usually when people, they chop cars in underground caves, it's because they can't take them to a garage. But, all right, so this is sloping all the way down in the mine part. So up here, wait a minute, do I see stone? Let me see, I thought I saw some bricks somewhere. I see some bricks over here. Okay, so this will theoretically, we're back in the tank production hall with a cement floor. Outstanding. Yes. Now I know where we are. Well, okay, I sort of always knew where we were, but plus it wouldn't make sense that they would cement the floor. They have, remember the place I went to in outside Toronto? Yes, I did. There's a U-relocation out there that the Czechs used for a Cold War bunker afterwards. But the Germans cemented it all up for, I believe it was munition supply. But anyway, from Tiger tanks to old French cars. As I think this is old French cars. It's interesting how the floor is as uneven as it is. It's not a flat work floor.
There is like still the carpet.
Holy crap. So if you had your car stolen somewhere between the 1950 and 70, well, I think we found it for you. Here you go. God, you little capitalist, you. All right. Upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, this staircase would be part of the relocation.
Yes, there's no Dutch entrance on this too.
And you see the little yellow thread? Someone is actually running to the yellow thread so people can find their way in and out.
Oh, I thought people.
No, oh, holy shit. That's how you get the truck in here. Fuck me. So, I figured there'd be more than one entrance here. And I hear wows. Oh, bloody hell. And it's lying right on top of all the ventilation pipes from the war. These are ventilation pipes from the war.
The Nazis came back, like from the war, from the underground, and they took all the nice car and piled it here.
Well, it's an interesting theory, except we're in France.
Oh, I always forget. I'm mentally introverted.
Well, I mean, damn. I love it when people that underground say, come here, you gotta see this. Well, it's green. Do you think it's the wrong? Ooh, it's hard to tell. Only God knows what else you'll find in here. I'm really intrigued. This is a car graveyard.
Yeah, I feel so sorry.
I wonder if they did they set them on fire? Could be a little sooty up here. Who knows?
Why would anyone do that?
Because people are inherently stupid.
Oh yeah, it's like
But the World War II German old oil drum, you can't run from that. That's real.
we still didn't find anything.
Well, if they're chopping cars in here, if they'd found a tank, Is this a rail? This is a fucking mini rail. That's what we've been looking for. Well, you didn't know we were looking for it, but this is a mini rail. And here's another exit right over there. So, mini rail, holding wood together. And I don't know. I feel this is much more U-relocation if there's a mini rail, even if it is upside down. And this was, so the mini rail would run into here. So we gotta go over there and have a look. And out, oh crap, there.
There's another entrance towards there.
There's a lot of entrances. There's quite a few of them. Just crawl over this stuff. See if I can. These are the pillars I saw from the other side when we came in. Kind of want to see that. Kind of don't want to. Pointy rock, pointy rock, pointy rock. Oh, there's one of the. This is one of the. Yeah. This is one of the mini rails would be attached to the beams. This is one of the cross beams. Good shape too. That's actually really good shape. So the roof came down on the mini rail, or was blown up. I'll know more about that shortly. Is that another stove or?
Yes, it is. Somebody tried to seal it off.
There's another one entrance. No, that's the same one. Yeah. I want to see what these pillars are definitely part of the original construction. Oh, okay, now I know where we are. This is where the generator mounts would have been. And I say that now that I'm looking at it. Generally, the mounts for generators didn't look like this. Maybe the electricity came from outside, but these are clearly platforms. They could also have been platforms for tanks. I mean, tanks with liquid, or I would imagine, depending what they're doing, they would need some sort of liquids, fuels, what have you. What an interesting place. Only God knows what's hiding deep in this mountain. Ceramic.
Yeah, there's all the porcelain in
Oh,
here.
there's a cup sitting right there. I think. Well, what's left of it? Not in good shape anymore. More ceramic, more glasses. I mean, there was a kitchen in some of these, depending, of course, also who worked here. So the mini rail ran under these. And, well, that's interesting because these are, of course, part of the pillars that holds up the U-relocation, where the rails would then have run into, if this is the way that would have gone. So there must have been a turntable or something under here, running rails down there. And how deep in the mountain this goes is really impossible to say, because it's, well...
Something smells awful here.
I think it's old gasoline. This is where you would have driven in back in the day. So, what an interesting configuration this is too. So all the rooms were separately divided. Looked like they sealed off a central section, ran technical in tunnels around it, and then worked in here on the main floor, where you still see the lighting, electricity running in the roof. The ventilation pipes are lying all around. It'll be interesting to come back here with some wet gear and just really go through this thing. Deep down in the back there. This really doesn't look like generator platforms or even compressor platforms. It doesn't really look like anything.
There are the blocks in the back.
Yeah.
It's still underground.
I'm really curious here. Wow. Let's go to the left and see what the tunnel looks like from the outside.
This is where we entered.
Yes, it is. Here's another entrance hiding into the same room. We're right under here. But this must have been some sort of a road that have been, well, once must have been some sort of an actual road where you could drive, because all these vehicles didn't fly in there. No, the UFOs didn't help. So, yes, absolutely. So there are two entrances here. I mean, you can do that as well. Okay. Hacked out of nature nicely, discreetly. But this is interesting because the mini rail ran up to here. This is where the mini rail would have come out. So all this stuff was, they could sort of have backfilled it to hide it, I suppose. And then enterprising and, well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. This is France. I too for a minute forgot we're not in Germany. Nobody blew this up, why should they? This was under French control. The French took this over, one way or another, so it's intact. So it is what it is, except for whatever post-war utilization somebody have made of it. Sometimes there's just not much information to go by, and all we can do is go through them and see what turns up. So here I found more questions, and I will be going back, and we'll see what we can find in the deeper parts, or in the archives. But that's the story here, and as I've said, I want to visit all of the ones we can find. See you next time.
My name is Tino Struckmann. I run Lost Battlefields. Every year, I travel around the world to try to bring you to all the most interesting historical military locations from modern wars and the World War II special projects, battlefields, forts, fortresses, and tunnels, everything else. Things you may not be able to see or go to yourselves. Please join me on Patreon or join Lost Battlefields through the website so you get access to all my files and my notes. It really does help, and like, follow, share here on the channel if you can. That helps too.